A CHP officer attacked. Good Samaritans jump in to help. Why one of those bystanders says they got involved and what started the confrontation. Plus, the surprise of a lifetime for one senior citizen. What some young students did for him that had never been done for him before. You're watching The Rundown. I'm John Kathy's Klimak in for Robin Winston. More on those stories in a moment. But first, we've been seeing some May Gray. And yet, still a beautiful day. How long is it going to stick around? We'll check in with meteorologist Belen de Leon.
That May gray pattern is here to stay. Here's what you can expect as we head into the weekend. Low clouds and fog with areas of drizzle at the coast. Inland, we'll get some sunshine at times, but expect those clouds to dominate with temperatures that are cooler than average, so hang on to the sweater. You have the sunny skies in the mountains and deserts, but that's where we're going to get some gusty winds each afternoon and evening. Here are your temperatures: 80s and 70s in the desert, 60s in the mountains, 60s and 70s everywhere else, and the numbers are not going to change very much in the coming days. Meanwhile, the winds in the deserts could cause some adverse traveling conditions, so please be safe with those crosswinds. Hold on and bundle up. Temperatures will be cool for the next several days.
May 24th marks a painful anniversary in the small town of Uvalde, Texas. 1 year ago, an 18-year-old armed with a semi-automatic rifle killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School. Families of the victims are gathering in private to remember their loved ones. Many of them have spent the past year engaged in a very public fight for justice. They say they're upset that some officers involved have yet to face any consequences and that the Texas legislature has failed to pass stricter gun laws in the wake of the massacre.
Everybody will say, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But we're allowing these people to use these guns to murder people, and it doesn't make any sense.
Not a moment goes by that I know we aren't confronted, aren't thinking about all that's going on and has gone on.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered flags to fly at half staff across Texas. Police are searching for members of a dangerous crew they say is behind a frightening string of armed robberies in the Antelope Valley. Detectives say that all the suspects are teenagers with guns who terrorize clerks and then take off with cash and cigarettes. Officers say they tied this group to at least 20 robberies in the last few weeks. They're hitting convenience stores in Lancaster, Palmdale, and LA. Police arrested 5 people last week, but they have more arrests to make. They believe that a dozen members of this brazen and dangerous crew are still out there, and it has many people nervous.
It's scary. I don't want to go out at night with my children.
And it's just not the same place to live anymore. You know, you have to look over your shoulder every day. You have to watch out for stray bullets.
2 people were shot and injured during the robberies. Detectives say these young criminals are also stealing a lot of cars, at least 150, mostly Hyundai and Kia sedans. Some drivers in Orange County could hardly believe what they were seeing. When a man was attacking a CHP officer, they jumped in to try to stop it. You can see the officer talking to a man near the 5 freeway in Santa Ana last week. He was telling the man to stop removing freeway signs. An argument led to a fight, and both men dropped to the ground. Several drivers saw what was happening, stopped their cars, and got out. We spoke to one of the people who helped pull the man off the officer.
Immediately, I just punched the guy in the rib. I was afraid of the life of the officer, that he can grab his gun.
CHP officer was not hurt. The man seen on that video attacking him was arrested. 2 troubled juvenile halls in LA County are set to close. The state decided to shut them down after little improvement was made over the years. That's despite mounting criticism about the unsuitable conditions at those detention facilities. Now LA County has 60 days to transfer some 300 teenagers to the previously closed Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall in Downey. Activists doubt, though, that conditions will improve at the new location. A few weeks ago, an 18-year-old was found dead in his room at one of the facilities of an apparent drug overdose.
When you have the same culture, the same staff running the facility, I don't have high hopes for what those youth will experience once they get there. We will be watching like hawks.
The county's probation department says they are disappointed in the closing of the 2 juvenile halls, but it says they're already making plans to transfer the youth, the staff, and the programs by the deadline. The LGBTQ charity group known as the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence have accepted an invitation from the mayor of Anaheim to attend Pride Night at Angel Stadium on June 7th. The mayor invited the group over the weekend in the middle of a controversy over Pride Night at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers were set to honor the drag charity at its Pride Night, but then rescinded that invitation after taking heat from certain Catholic groups. Next came more backlash, with calls to boycott the Dodgers. The team decided to re-invite the sisters and apologize. LA Archbishop Jose Gomez is now weighing in on all this, saying the group mocks the Catholic faith. In a tweet, he called on Catholics and people of goodwill to stand against hate in any form. The Archdiocese said in a statement that it stands against any action that would disparage and diminish our Christian faith and those who dedicate their lives to Christ. The LA City Council has approved the donation of a robot dog to the LAPD. This controversial vote followed more than an hour of public comments and criticism. Activists say the robot would allow police to harass and conduct surveillance on Black and brown communities, but the department says it would only be used for situations like standoffs, hazmat, or search and rescues. The council will supervise the use of the robot, and the police must deliver quarterly reports. After years of declining populations, bees are doing quite well here in California thanks to the super bloom. NBC4's Gordon Tokamatsu talked to a bee expert to find out why.
Is this one size fits all?
No.
Safety first, says Jay Weiss as we suit up to visit his backyard bee sanctuary. Suits, gloves, hats, and mesh. And he should know, he told us he's lost track of how many times he's been stung.
So you're like the bee ambassador.
Yeah.
You're the ambassador.
Beekeepers like Jay are extra excited this year because industry experts are expecting a huge honey output. The amount, the variety, the many tastes. We got to sample some directly from the source today. A spoon dipped directly into one of his hives. That's where the clear, fresh honey is being made.
It just oozes out.
Yeah, that's it. Just like that.
This is about as good as honey can get.
Why is this happening? In 2 words, the bloom. Flowers have been available to Southern California bees like they haven't been in years. The extended cold and rain was challenging because it pushed back the honey-making season, but Jay says the end result is looking great.
If things stay the way they are, where it's not too hot, then they're going to be able to pull in all that nectar and turn that into honey.
So the super bloom is really good news.
Yeah.
The not so good news, you might be seeing more bees swarming around your yard or house. Jay also does humane removal of them. He's already fielding more call-outs where he'll take the queen and her hive someplace where they can do the environment some good.
There's only one queen per hive, and this time of year she'll lay between 1,000 and 2,000 eggs a day.
And while you're at it, don't forget to sample the honey these amazing creatures are producing. You don't even have to be a connoisseur to notice. Just head to your local farmer's market with bread and a spoon. He's got this advice if you're a honey fanatic.
Wait a couple of weeks. You know, people are just starting to harvest the honey now.
Amazing. Well, we could be getting some clarity on the mystery medical complication that sent Jamie Foxx to the hospital earlier this year. It's coming from the actor's longtime friend, Mike Tyson. During an appearance on a podcast, Tyson claimed that Foxx suffered a stroke and that he's still not feeling well. Earlier this month, Foxx himself posted on Instagram. He was saying that he appreciates all the love that he's getting from his fans as he continues to recover. It was a reunion decades in the making. More than 150 Vietnam prisoners of war, POWs, gathered at the Richard Nixon Library in Yorba Linda on Tuesday. There it is. 50 years ago, President Nixon negotiated the release of nearly 600 American prisoners. They returned home in 1973 to the largest dinner in White House history. We spoke to Jack Brennan, a retired Marine Corps aide and former chief of staff to President Nixon.
Well, I just tried to put forth what I learned from President Nixon. I worked with him for 13 years, incredibly patriotic man, very, very close, loved military, and especially revered POWs. So I was hoping that I could convey his feelings and his thoughts. Tough to do, but I tried.
There's still more ahead for these families. The POWs and their families will continue to reconnect through Thursday. If you're having trouble logging onto your Netflix account, this might be why. The streaming service has officially started cracking down on password sharing. Customers are being reminded that Netflix accounts are only to be shared within a household. For people who don't live with you, Netflix says you can transfer their profile so that person can start a new membership, or you can pay an extra $7.99 a month for each person outside of your household who's using your account. Sunday is National Burger Day, but we started the celebration early. Yelp is out with the best burgers in America, and some local spots made the list. Number 5 is Father's Office, with locations in Culver City, Santa Monica, and in downtown LA. Yelpers love their office burger with cheese, caramelized onions, and crispy bacon. Monty's Good Burger in Koreatown was number 12 on the list. Yelpers call that place the vegan In-N-Out for their plant-based burger and the best fake cheese. And yes, In-N-Out did make the list at a number 78. The top burger was Foxx Brothers in Atlanta. Skating from coast to coast, Chad Caruso broke the Guinness World Record with his ride from Venice Beach to Virginia Beach. All the way across the country. Wow. Ride took 57 days, covered 3,000 miles from California all the way to Virginia. His ride was meant to raise awareness for addiction recovery and for clean, sober living. Some of the money he raised will be donated to Natural High, which is a youth drug prevention program. Caruso credits skateboarding for his own sobriety, which started 6 years ago. A group of fifth graders now share a special bond with a senior citizen in their community after learning an unusual fact about him. These kids from an elementary school in Georgia usually visit the seniors at the center across from their school once a week. Well, during one of those visits, a boy named Truman found out that a 73-year-old man had never had a birthday party. So the kids were determined to change that. They decorated the center, gave Mr. Charlie a surprise he didn't see coming.
I was shocked. I mean, my heart broke into pieces because all of us kids here, we've had a birthday party.
When I walked in this morning, I seen a happy birthday, and I'm saying, whose birthday is it, you know? I said, because my birthday is in September. It means so much to me, too. I just can't explain how much it meant to me.
The kids say it felt so good seeing Mr. Charlie smile while he opened each of his gifts. And Mr. Charlie says it's special to him because there's so much love behind it. You can always get your news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. Thank you for watching The Rundown.